the hardest working podcast in Portland, Oregon, man.
Play no
Game. What's up, you guys? Back here again for another banger podcast episode.
back in your life.
Back.
Yeah.
Smash the like button. It's Cartier Bob.
And Cos
And this is the Play No Games podcast.
/ show.
Should we go old school? Play
No
games.
Thank you for joining us on another episode. Want to hit him up with all the.
You mean Cartier? Put some respect.
CB, you want to hit him up with all the info at the beginning?
Yeah. Thank you. Yo, we trying to get in that algorithm so we can riv it. So we can riv in that rhythm. I'll get better. I promise. Like, comment, subscribe. It definitely helps. As you can see, our last videos have been up because of all of you. Really do appreciate that. The likes, the comments, the subscribing helps. We everywhere. So please smash that like button. Now, we're missing someone, but we still have to do our very first favorite segment.
Yes. Hey, man, what you playing no games about today?
Whoa, you gotta break it down.
Play no games, everyone's favorite segment. It can be political, it can be racial, it can be sociological. But just, whatever you're not playing no games about today. I'll start off.
Whoa!
So what I'm playing no games about is hometowns. I'm currently looking for apartments to move, and I think I may be moving out of my quote-unquote hometown. So for anyone knowing, I don't care if you know this. I live in Beaverton, Oregon, which in my opinion is the greatest city on earth, greatest town on earth. I absolutely adore Beaverton, and especially the last couple years, a lot of companies and a lot of stuff's been moving into Beaverton. But now that I'm looking at apartments, the apartments in Beaverton just aren't it for me. So, I may be joining my good friend here, CB, on the other part of town. Here in
We don't want you after all the fucking hate you've been.
I've been an active hater of the East Side.
Yeah,
I've been an active hater.
You like the prices, huh? The prices mad.
The prices ain't bad. My goal eventually would be to buy a home back on the West Side, but I think it's good to experience both sides of the city. Are you okay?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to experience both sides of the city. So for that reason, I am looking to go more east. But to that, just been thinking going to some of my favorite spots out where I was raised out in the hometown. And it's nice. I'm gonna miss it. So shout out to everyone's hometown. They say you can never go home. Huh?
We don't want you.
Whatever.
Nah,
You want my tax dollars?
hell nah. We don't see it over here. You'll see it in Beaverton though.
You goddamn right.
You'll see them tax
Goddamn
dollars.
right.
You see them tax dollars.
Unfortunately,
twerking.
now, like, if I was to buy a house out there, I'm looking at $700 to $800 grand.
Mhm. I gotta look at the equity that's back in this.
In the studio, right?
Yeah, I gotta look
In
at,
the studio.
look at that. There's probably a lot of equity in the studio now. Congratulations. I didn't move out of. Well, actually, that's a lie because like I was at school, home, at school, home,
Yeah.
at school, home. I'm curious why now.
There was two reasons, both numbers. One, age. I just, I crossed 25 this year, and I always had in my head that like 25 was kind of like my bar when I wanted to like spend time at home. And there was a financial number too that I like. There was a number I saw in my head that I would have in my, in my bank account
Oh,
that made me feel good enough to just leave and be very okay. So yeah, it was two numbers, hit them both, and now I'm like, I think it's time to see what life living alone is like. Also, my sister went to Portugal for 3 weeks, and I house sat for her Watched the cat and the dog.
Oh, watch the cat.
Yeah, and
What kind of cat?
gray cat. Her name is Luna.
Oh,
So I spent 3 weeks kind of alone.
really?
Yeah,
But you had a cat named Luna.
yeah. Knowing that.
So you got women over at that house?
Don't worry about that. But
Ex-
don't worry about that.
Ex- You should at least
Anyways,
clean the sheets.
don't worry about
He
that.
did, Julia. He got him. Get him. I got you.
No, we're not. Hey, yeah. See,
What are you talking about? This is
our
not a
studio
gotcha
saying, we're,
pocket.
we're not a
What? What?
gotcha
Wait a
podcast.
second. What are you admitting to?
Nothing.
Okay, so how's this not a gotcha podcast?
Nothing.
Okay.
I definitely
Oh,
washed towels, and washed other sheets that were used while during my stay before they get back.
like a motherfucking Aaron PP.
Jesus.
This
I don't know how we got on this topic.
This nigga is crazy.
Anyway,
Remember I told you how he was twerking on the bridge?
anyway,
He was twerking.
so it just felt like time, especially. And I'm sure a lot of people are listening, like, "Oh, well, you're 25 already. You should have already been moved out." Blah 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 blah. In Romanian culture, where I come from, you normally live at home until you like get married.
Oh yeah.
Like my sister lived at home until she was 29, and I thought about doing that, but I just one, I'm like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm good. And two, American women don't want to date guys that live at home. That is just a
Wow,
fact.
you are really letting the American women push on your culture.
100%.
Damn.
100%. I am letting it.
Hypocrite.
No, not a hypocrite. It's one of those things you just have to abide by if you want to survive. It's
Also,
it's Darwin's evolution. You either adapt or you don't procreate.
so
So I'm
you're a pussy vampire. he said I had enough.
No, I realize I need to adapt like an apex predator to
Yeah,
to procreate.
so vampires are apex predators.
You're right. You know what? You're right. They are
They
apex
have
predators.
they have to
Okay.
feed.
They have to feed. So
So when you get cravings, what happens? Because I get cravings and like my arm starts to twitch. I'm like,
we're not going there. All right. What are you playing on games about?
oh, I got you good. Huh? Are you on the mic over there? Hmm. What about? That was actually really funny. I'm just mad that you're not mic'd up. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I want to play on games about. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. It fuck up my toilet, but I don't want to play no games about passion and purpose. Um, if you probably haven't under, if you follow the show, you could probably figure out what I do. But like, it's just
I'm happy you said that.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
hopefully people could put two and two together. But
fairly obvious.
yo, like it's wild these days.
I think people know less what I do than what you do.
Exactly. I'll just say this. It's just like people walking around without passion and purposes. And like people are like so caught up in surviving. And that's what I'm playing on games about. It's about, finding and being in your niche where like it's just like I would just say, like, if I was doing one thing my entire life, like if I was being a mental health warrior my entire life or for a whole year, I think it'd be really boring to me, to be honest with you. We're like, I know how they talk about school and how it's an institution that sets people up for like the prison pipeline, things like that. Obviously, if that stuff didn't exist, I feel like school or even trade school is a system that allows people to understand that you have your main course, and then after you have your main course you have after school activities, you have these things because you're more than any curriculum or trade that you do. I feel like people are so wrapped up in their identity of I'm a private chef or I'm a police officer, or like those are healthy things to have, but like you're more than just that. And it's just so interesting to see how people are just wrapped up in that.
Yeah. Yes, but I think it comes down to a factor of like so many people just want to climb that hierarchy.
Mhm.
So many people want to get into that next like tax bracket, quote unquote. They want to like be different than what they grew up doing. So I
Mm.
think a lot of people put that forefront versus like pursuing hobbies or I don't know, doing something they're passionate about.
I agree. And how many times do we meet people who are not just they're not happy? Where like they get the money,
Yeah.
they literally get the money,
Mhm.
and they have this false sense of satisfaction.
Yeah. And the problem with making money,
Mhm.
especially like because there's a difference between when someone says, "Oh, I make a lot of money." There's a difference between like 150K a year
Mhm.
and then like 500K a year
Mhm.
and then a million a year.
Mhm.
So if you're making 150K a year, but you're spending 10,000 a month, you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Are.
So it's that one of the things. It's like when people make a lot of money, the problem is it with it is they also spend a lot of money. So then it almost counteracts, and then you're just then working to pay your bills, and it's just a cycle.
I agree, and like that's what I'm thankful for. The extracurriculars I do because people get so caught up in the cycle where like eventually, we all hope to, have our passions fuel our purpose and all those other jazz where like I think people don't sometimes look at the opportunity of like, oh, you're able to do something, that's another layer of your identity. Where like I would just hate, and that's why sometimes I hate to be wrapped up in like, oh, Robert or CB, you're just this thing. So it's like, so I guess for me, I just want to just speak gratitude to people having the ability, because Big Sean said this in one of his raps. He's like, if you're spending time doing your dream, you've already made it.
Mhm.
If you're already putting
That sounds like a Big Sean line
why would you say that?
because it sounds very much like a Big Sean line.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not a Big Sean hater.
uh-huh.
I do think some stuff he actually think some of the stuff he says is really impactful.
Okay.
It's just a little corny sometimes.
Oh, so you like one of them Michael B girls.
No, 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 no. I just all respect to Big Sean. I do like Big Sean. Sometimes a bit corny.
So yeah, you're like a ski slump god mask guy, huh? Pump.
No, 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 no. I'm more of like a Vince Staples guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's really giving back to the community.
He's kind of fallen off.
Okay, great.
I'm
Anywho,
not gonna lie.
yeah. So
He's great
actually,
on Twitter though.
so I think a great place for us to start is what everyone loves
Mm.
is we're sports podcast, sports podcast
Yeah,
time.
I think it's where we really make our money on the show. If I'm
You
being
think so?
honest. No,
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm saying, we should. I'm Skip. You're Shannon today.
what's you probably know the analytics of the show. Does it show gender in terms of viewership?
Um, hmm,
Wait, which one's Skip? You or me?
you.
I'll take it.
I'm Shannon.
Skip's making like
Skip.
Skip's making
He's
8
making.
mil a year,
Yeah,
something like that. Like he's getting like NBA money
he's definitely
just to
in.
go up there wear a fake mask and say a couple of lies.
What do you mean a fake mask?
You think that guy's healthy?
I
Think that guy's skin is real? Come on.
think that's the single most funniest thing you've ever seen.
Come on, dude.
You think it's face?
That guy's an insectoid.
That's the drip poop. That's drip Bayless. Put some respect on
Absolutely.
it. Yes, we actually our sports takes are legendary. When they reel the tape when we finally blow up, we're gonna get canceled for so many
Absolutely.
arenas.
Absolutely. But do you know demographically Do we have more men or women that listen to the show?
More men.
Men?
Yes.
Oh, then they love the sports talk.
Yeah, we have more men.
Okay.
I think we have like 16, 70% women.
Okay, then sports talk it is. Let's go.
Sports podcast.
All right.
Um, actually, this is about women because this was actually dominated as sports talk for about a week.
Oh, okay.
Wow. You don't know?
I know. There's a lot of women's sports news in the cycle, so
yes.
I maybe know when you're bringing this up.
The Final Four,
Oh yeah.
the final
Okay,
game, LSU versus.
Iowa.
There we go. It was like the greatest.
Did you watch it?
I could only watch a little bit of it. I got
What
most
an
of it.
excuse.
No, I was working.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was saving puppies. I couldn't.
Here we go. So, do you remember the movie Glory Road?
No.
Or Remember the Titans?
Yes.
So it's like people who aren't
Say glory
listening.
hole?
Yes. People who can't see. We're pausing and we're just doing this for people on audio. The backseat critics, or we call them on this show the rafters. They're talking about glory holes in the back. So
in the dragon's den.
in the dragon's den, they're talking about glory holes. You know, we're gonna switch up the
Don't make
conversation.
a glory hole in the wall now.
We're gonna switch the conversation. Would you ever do a glory hole?
No,
Really?
absolutely not.
You and just your partner
Me and just my partner.
cut a hole
Where? In public?
in private. Would you do a glory hole?
In private. I have to cut a hole in my wall.
Okay, you get a board from the.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
Fuck.
We make like a makeshift
Yes.
urinal or whatever.
Yes. Would you do a glory hole?
With my partner
Yes.
in private,
Yes.
maybe.
Okay, in public. Same with just your partner. I'm not
Too
adding
gross.
people.
Too gross.
Okay.
Too many germs. Too many. I'm kind of a germaphobe. So no.
I definitely. That explains so much.
Yeah. Would you?
Not like a real glory hole,
Not a real glory hole.
because you know.
Where a guy could come into.
Hell fucking no. It better be my clone. And then if it is my clone, I'm going to fight him because it ain't me.
Hey, that's the whole point. You never know with the glory hole. That's
No. It's got to be me every time.
Okay.
I think I would do it in private.
In private. Okay.
I'll cut a hole in something.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do a lot of things in private.
Shit. like the critics.
Yeah, anyways.
The back seats critics. What
Anyway.
are they reviewing? Anywho.
Let's get back to the Final Four. Let's get back on track here.
Hey, we haven't done this in a while. Anywho, so I find it very interesting because we were talking about this on our podcast before because we were both watching Flagrant about the wrestler guy, right? And how he's talking about building a story like that.
Oh, chill. Yeah.
So I have that new lens when I look at stuff in the media now. So you have 5 white women starting 5, and then you have 5 black women starting 5. So already from there, I was like, yeah.
Now I see why you brought it up. Like, Remember the Titans?
Yes.
Yeah.
The racism. The racists were like, yes, let's do this.
The narrative, yeah.
The narrative. And you could also take it away too as well, because it was a big commotion due to how I believe her name was Angel Reese.
Maybe.
Yes. Let me get her name correctly here. I'll pull it up. No, yeah, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. So, Angel Reese does the John Cena, the can't see me. And what was her name?
The Iowa girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's her name?
Caitlin Clark. Who was the leading scorer in the country?
She was pretty much
tournament.
Russ. She did everything.
She did
triple
everything.
doubles, double doubles, quadruple doubles, turnovers. She had them all.
Okay.
And she did that the prior night to another team.
Yeah.
And
everyone was like,
that's badass. That's tight.
Yeah.
And then when Angel Reese did it back, they got mad.
Terrible sportsmanship. I remember, bad sportsmanship. bad for the game, all this stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just curious, how break it down. I just wonder if people were listening to backstory, but what are your thoughts? Do you think it was just extra outrage because of race, or it was bad sportsmanship? What did you think?
I thought it was. Uh, I didn't think it was bad sportsmanship. I didn't think it was bad sportsmanship. And I didn't think. I thought it was overreaction by the media because the narrative was built in. Come on, the
Oh yeah,
narrative was there, and then it's not just like the predominantly black and a predominantly white like team. It's also like it's LSU, which is Louisiana, which is a predominantly black state, versus Iowa, which is a predominantly white state as well. Like it's like you had the geopolitical narrative right there. So I think media sources just ran with that, and because like I didn't watch the game, but I saw that and I was like, what's the hubba bubba on this? What's going on here?
what surprised me was what's his name, Dave Portnoy.
Oh yeah, Dave had like a nasty tweet about it too,
Yeah, he was
right?
like, she. I can't go verbatim what he said, but he definitely had like a nasty tweet of like she's unsportsmanlike and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And um, we have pull up the facts, pull up the receipts.
I remember that tweet. I saw it on my timeline.
And then what I found was very interesting was Gilly and Wallow of their podcast. They like came out with a statement and they were like, "Yeah, we fully own our podcast, but we don't support what Dave is talking about."
Yeah,
And I found it like very just like interesting that this particular issue,
he said classless piece of shit.
damn,
Damn, he must have lost his bet or something.
and this is why you need the mic.
Oh, Fax Dragon came in. Oh, you need a mic, bro. It's all good. Just
Yeah, come.
we'll
You gotta come in every time and do it. You gotta come all the way
you
in.
gotta come.
Next time, have a mic. Back it up.
You gotta
All
come.
right.
You gotta come.
So you brought up Louisiana. It is not majority black.
Damn.
It is 55% white, only
Can we-
31%
Can we
black.
run back the stats for New Orleans?
Just for New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me one sec.
Tony Ayo. Tony Ayo's from. Tony Ayo's a rapper. He's 50. G Unit. Apparently, I'm getting word here. Tony Ayo is the original. You can't see me, John Cena. Fax Dragon, please. Stats on New Orleans.
59% of New Orleans is black.
Thank you.
I see where you was going with
Where I was-
that.
yeah.
This
is Des Moines, Iowa.
exactly. And the reason why I kind of want to like bring this up in a sense before we kind of like talk about the basketball of it, because once again, I'll just say this: I feel like that kind of like narrative,
Yeah.
and situation is what would make women basketball grow. It's narrative. It's like these
Oh, you
two.
think that was good for the game?
It's definitely good for the game.
Oh,
The reason why I say
that's not a bad point.
because it's like we're like because we create these fake narratives like LeBron hates KD. This person hates this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We create that and it makes it like, oh, I want to bet on this game. And I feel like that's missing in, women's basketball.
You're right. There isn't as many narratives because it doesn't
Exactly.
get covered as much. So no
Exactly.
one builds narratives. But that's not about. I never thought about it that way. But you're right. This is probably good for the game. Unfortunately, with the world we live in.
If it didn't have that backlash, because just we have to think about like not Devin Booker and Bad Bunny. I'm trying to think of people who had like I'm trying to think of people who just have recent beef. Or it's almost like Patrick Beverly and Chris Paul going at each other. They're like, oh, I want to see that matchup.
Yeah.
It's just like
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the like issue and problem. And the reason why I kind of wanted to bring it up before we kind of go there is like literally what happened is literally what's wrong with America. Right there.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Boom. Why America has problems.
Yeah.
Stay with me.
Mhm.
We need aliens.
Okay.
We need aliens to come down.
Starting to sound like Joe.
No. I said this before Joe and anyone else.
Okay.
We need aliens to come down from planet Earth. I mean, to come down to planet Earth and say we're gonna kill all the humans. They need to say we're gonna kill the transhumans. We're gonna kill the black humans. We're gonna kill all these other humans. Say with me. Say with me. To get us to get together,
We need a common thread. Is what
we
you're
need a
saying.
common enemy, because the fact that women shit talking to each other brought up the fucking Civil War is blasphemous.
That's true. It is. There's also a uniquely American thing as
Oh, racism is very American.
well. In terms of like making it so public in the media in that way, I don't know. We need a common enemy. We need China or something. Or Russia.
Oh, well, they're shaking each other's hands.
They are. I see what you're going there with we do need we need something to bring people together, because nowadays like bad controversy and bad stuff gets the clicks. So that's what you're gonna
It's
see.
very true.
That's what you're gonna see.
That's why I'm happy with the stuff we produce. So, like, I try to be very like tailored with our content. Where like, if I put out something that could be skewed as ratchet, I also want to put out one clip that's like, this is holistic. And I actually do want to bring in what Angel Reese said, because this makes sense. Because this is how I would feel in any capacity. This is how I feel when I play basketball, or if I'm competing at all. She said this in her press conference. All year, I was critiqued about who I was. I'm too hood. I'm too ghetto. Uh, y'all told me that all year, but when other people do it, y'all don't have anything to say. This was for the girls that look like me. It was bigger than me tonight. And to be honest with you, when I was watching the clips and things like that, I don't feel like it was like the best women's basketball Final Four played, but it was the most watched compared to the NBA Finals last year because of the narrative and the story and how it was portrayed. And since we're all over the geopolitical map, let's talk about what our first lady said. Or do you know what our first lady said?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Are you ready for me to blast your mind?
Our first lady. I'm assuming this isn't Miss Biden.
It's Miss Biden.
Oh, it's Miss Biden.
Miss Biden made a comment.
Oh, okay.
So I asked you a question. You just played your ass off
Okay.
in the Final Four and you lost.
Okay.
And the president and the first lady invited the winning and the losing team to the White House. How would you feel
I
about
saw
that?
this. Yeah. No. If you lost, you can't go.
But that's what she said. She's like, both teams play hard. You
That's
both get it.
stupid. That like, if you do that, then women's basketball is just gonna be where it's been. Like, it's kind of a joke. That's the whole like participation trophy narrative. That's the no, and I think, and I saw Iowa's that girl from Iowa, whatever her name was.
Caitlin?
Yeah, I think she said that she probably wouldn't go because like.
Oh no,
LSU
you're
won.
talking about Angela Reese, the LSU player.
No, I'm talking about the Iowa player that lost.
Oh, okay.
I think she said something like LSU won, they deserve to go there or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and I agree with that. I don't. No, why would the losing team go? That's just stupid.
I agree. And I feel like because the racial narrative and how a black woman taunted a white woman,
How dare she?
how dare you? I definitely think like Jill Biden, I believe I'm saying her name is right.
Jill?
I think so.
Maybe.
Like they were like, poor baby, look at that. And like I just liked how Caitlyn handled herself. She's a true competitor. She was like, there's not an issue, things like that. It was just so barbaric how we, the fans, made it more of an issue.
The adults.
Fucking adults.
These are like 20-year-old women, 21-year-olds. But the adults, of course, had to be the ones to like stink up the parade.
If y'all do this experiment for me, y'all, when like a major political thing or like major thing happens, don't do anything for 24 hours. just look at your timeline. I've seen some most interesting things from just people being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. I'm never drinking Budweiser again. I was like, God damn, I didn't, I didn't know this affected you to this stature. I'm like, calm down. Like the fact, it's almost kind of like, have you ever like, okay, I'm gonna kick this to you.
Okay.
This is weird.
Okay.
So the Budweiser thing is like, I'm bringing this up. So
It's like a trans thing, right?
yeah. So like a trans person was being sponsored by Budweiser, and then these people just videotape, I'm never drinking a Budweiser again. And I was like,
Didn't like Kid Rock like unload a machine gun on Budweiser or something like that?
for me, I'm just like, no, for me, like the crazy thing about it is like, it's almost like people who get like a jersey that they bought and they just burn it, or like you're crying on social media. Like it takes energy and effort to be like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna videotape myself taking a stand against this.
And then it's funny with that too, because it's like people who like are against that first per se will then stand for like, I just need my freedom and this country isn't free anymore and all this stuff. But then the second like, someone has an alternative opinion, it's like, oh my God, how can you think like that? All that trying to control. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But I would not be drinking Budweiser anymore.
I'm not a beer guy.
I'm joking. I like Buds. On a warm day, a cheap beer like a Budweiser, it's different. Yeah.
I just really wish people would just lean in, because like I know I'm a hypocrite.
We all are. And in today's world, that's the worst thing you can be. Is a hypocrite. Am I right?
But when you know you're a hypocrite, you do better.
Fair enough.
Do better. Mountain Dew. That was a commercial right there. You
Do-
do better.
Do.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. That's up. So I definitely think put a nice little bow on it. Is I definitely think it's really good for women's sports, or like it was the most talked about women's game that I've been a part of, and I can't wait for next season.
Can't wait.
I want to see them go back at each other, because they're not going to the league. She did make a funny comment. She said, "I'm not going to the WNBA because I'm making more money right now." I said, "Shots fired." But I think a lot more people are going to tune into the March Madness for women just to see that matchup.
Maybe. Speaking of WNBA, shout out to Sabrina Ionescu for getting a Nike deal.
Yay!
The Sabrina ones coming out this summer.
Women ball.
Yes, I will be purchasing those.
Okay. All right, you got to flex it on the ground.
Of course. Gotta represent a Romanian athlete. There aren't a lot of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's married to a Romanian guy.
One of those black Romanians?
No, she's married to a guy who played football on the U of O team, who's also a Romanian American.
Ah, keep it in the family. Respect.
Yeah, kind of weirdly in the family. A little too close.
Now it's fucking. Do you have something for us?
No.
Really?
I don't know.
I was switching it up. I swear you had something.
No, did you want to talk about Izzy?
Oh, really? You want to talk about Izzy?
I don't know.
Man.
I thought that would like wrap off the sports talk.
Oh, of course. We should
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
All right.
Because, I follow this, podcast, about stances, and, sometimes I bet, off the picks. And,
Do you actually?
Sometimes.
Okay.
But I knew that Izzy, that last
All I'm gonna say is all the
proceeds go to me.
sure. It was a bad week for everyone in the MMA world. Okay, for picking.
What, y'all just got WWE?
Ew. What we're talking about is I host a podcast called Switching Stances, and I make fight picks. And it was a bad week for me at UFC 287. Sneak peek. We did a collab with Backseat Critics for that event, dropping sometime maybe this week. We'll see.
Were there any holes involved?
No,
Okay.
no holes. But anyways, yeah, Izzy lost, or sorry, Izzy won. Should have lost.
That's what happened when he's on the ground. He's like, I won, right?
Speaking of taunting, what'd you think of Izzy throwing the bow and arrows? Throwing the arrows.
You have to educate me. I think 'cause I was watching Flagrant this morning. Was the bow and arrow something that the other guy did to him?
Yeah, so it's what Alex does is like when he walks into the ring because he comes from like a native tribe
Ah, fuck.
out of Brazil, and he's a big like he does a lot of like not what type of bow is it? It's a long bow.
Oh, he's a long blower.
Like yeah, like he does a lot of that. Like he'll post videos on Instagram like kicking a soccer ball and like hitting it with the like he's good with the bow.
Oh, he's dangerous.
He's dangerous, and he like that's his intro to is he walks out and he like does the bow and whatnot, and then yeah, Izzy knocked him out, and then he unloaded like 3 arrows into him.
So
Do you think that was poor sportsmanship, or was it poor sportsmanship when Izzy mocked Alex getting knocked out to Alex's son?
whoa, what?
Yeah, so to educate you, so back when they fought in kickboxing in 2017, there's a clip of Alex's son, at the time 6 years old, falling down like in front of Izzy, kind of mocking him a little bit because Alex had knocked Izzy out back in 2017, and then now Izzy in 2023 pointed to Alex's son in the stands and like fell down like he was getting getting knocked out like his dad.
Oh, so that's why he did that.
That's why he did that.
Oh,
Is it petty that a 33-year-old man
hell no.
6 years later, so 12 is now mocking a 12-year-old?
Hey, he's a. These kids get smart these days. These kids got smart ass mouths. No, fuck that. That kid was like,
fuck that kid.
if I was hooping, okay. Damian Lillard, even though USA won, right, missed that free throw, right, and a kid was like, a kid gave me the choking sign. Dame next Olympics, same kid there, and he knocked down the free throw. He would be fuck them kids.
Maybe.
Now I don't see my only issue that's coming up for me is I don't know, like, is the bow and arrow like something that's cultural or something like that?
I mean, I don't know how cool. Like to a degree, yeah. Like he's from a native tribe, but it's like, there's a lot of native tribes that like use bows and bow and arrows.
Hey, we know the last time someone was fucking with somebody's religion.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot Conor McGregor?
Oh. Your wife's a towel.
You can't do that stuff. The spirit of the ancestors give them bonus points. Oh, you don't think so? So you think he lost that fight on purpose?
No. He lost that fight because Khabib was better.
Oh, thank you.
As much as it hurts to say that.
Yeah, okay. See,
I've Conor win a rematch, maybe.
So I don't think what he said was okay. Now that I know that, not bad. Him and the kid, fuck that kid.
Damn, you said fuck that kid.
He's 12 now.
As a champion, isn't he supposed to set an example?
Set an example. Don't plot on my downfall.
Damn. I didn't have a problem with the bow and arrow. I had a bigger problem with the kid.
Damn.
I thought that was like, dude, you're mocking a 12-year-old that his dad just got knocked out. Like that's kind of fucked. Think about psychologically for that kid what that means too.
You know,
That's why I don't like when fighters bring their kids to fights. I'm a big hey, keep the kids at home.
really?
I'm big until they're like 14, 15 maybe I'd say. Until they understand like what it means to like 'cause there's this video of like Mark Coleman who's a fighter. This was like from 2007 or something where Fedor beat the shit out of him and his face was fucked and his daughters were there and his daughters thought like their dad was dying like during the fight, so they were like crying during the fight. And at the end, like Mark has to bring him into the ring. They're like tears in their eyes. He's like, "No, girls, I'm fine. Look, I'm fine." It's just all this stuff. And then like Fedor had to come, and they had to um, Mark had to explain to his daughters like, "No, look, he's a good guy. See, it's and like throwing like a fake punch or whatever." Like had to like kids don't understand like when they see their parents get into a fight, like what that really means. That like, oh no, this is like what they do for work, and like this is part of it. Like they have to get punished, like that type of stuff. So I think psychologically, it really messes with a child's mind to see your parent get hurt. So I'm not a fan of like fighters bringing their kids until they're like a teenager. I'd say. Like there's also a video like Max Holloway's son crying when his dad lost, and like Shaq being there and be like, "It's okay, buddy," and all this stuff. but like Rush was like 8 at the time. Like, dude, that's traumatizing. Seeing your dad get beat up. Imagine you saw your dad get beat up. That'd be so traumatizing. Like
No, I can't imagine it. He's a hood legend.
it's like that's like in your mind you see your dad as like untouchable, all like a hero and all this stuff. Just see him like get his ass whooped is traumatizing.
I've seen my father do some crazy things.
There you go.
He hid in the bushes in like
Good for him.
pure commando, like war paint, all that, because this person was shitting in our yard, and so he requested time off from work, hid in our hedges.
Okay.
So like the dog is like mid poop squat, and this lady is like with her dog,
Mhm.
comes out of the bushes. Man, were you gonna pick that shit up? So she picks up her dog and runs.
Oh, she ran.
She runs, and then my dad takes the shit with a bag, writes a note. He said, "You forgot your shit," and leaves it on her doorstep. I could never. I could. It's. He's done so many wild things in my mind. Him losing, like, you know how the um Gypsy King rose up or the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's what I would think would happen. Like, what? That's that is the level of crazy he is at. I'm
Okay.
toss. If I wasn't doing what I was doing, I think I could be a comedian. I have like 20 my dad jokes. You're like, really? He's
Have him on the podcast.
so that's interesting. No, that makes. I'm actually glad you said that. It makes a lot of sense. Where it is distressing for a kid to see their parent
Get knocked out.
shit.
Look like they're dead.
Damn. Now you making me think. Because wasn't there like a UFC fighter who got like the gun pulled out on him and like his wife was there and like told like the wife to like run away or some shit like that. And
I
like
don't
that
know.
was like a big
No,
social media
I
thing.
don't know.
I can't remember. Don't fact check that. We're gonna keep it pushing. But yeah, how you like is he finally did it?
Finally did. He's 3-1.
Hey,
Good for him. Good fighter. He's a good fighter.
is it time for him to fight John Jones?
Oh hell no. John's a heavyweight now. Where are they
Is
gonna
he
fight?
is he can, the dream fight because he could go up and weigh a little bit.
They would have to fight at 205.
Yeah.
And I don't think John can make 205 anymore. It's been 3 years putting on weight to be a heavyweight. I think John also would absolutely destroy Izzy. Absolutely destroy Izzy.
So I gotta ask you, as a UFC guy, with this fight under his belt,
Okay.
two things: who is left for Izzy to fight, and does he make the UFC Hall of Fame if there's a Hall of Fame?
Uh,
They're doing cheap.
Kieran claps cheek.
Yeah.
Two guys he can fight. One would be Robert Whitaker, who arguably won their second fight. Most people, me included, thought Robert won. The other guy he can fight, who he like called out, is Dricus Duplessis. Who's the guy I brought up before, the white South
Yeah.
African.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Well, now Izzy heard those comments he said about Africa and says he wants to drag his carcass across South Africa for those comments. So now there's a weird who's the real African, like,
Okay, who's the real African? Go.
they're both African.
Oh,
This is not
safe answer.
They're
Who's the
both
real African?
They're both African. They're both born in Africa, and they both should have passports from Africa. So they're both African. I know what you want.
I'm just fucking keep going.
Dricus is ranked 6th right now, so he's a little. He might have to get one more win really to get a title shot, but that would be an interesting fight for the storyline.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ah.
We try to put you on game storylines.
Yeah. And then is he in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Mm,
He'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's the second greatest middleweight of all time.
mm.
Anderson Silva's still number 1. I still think Anderson Silva's better, legacy wise and as a fighter. But Easy's number 2.
All right.
What else did you have for today, my friend?
We're hitting things that we usually don't talk about, even though we talk about everything because we're a social podcast, so we talk about things that are socially relevant, and we can talk about how each day people lose faith in organized religion.
Mhm.
Can't bring your kids around the Dalai Nana.
Wow.
The Dalai Nana.
Is the Dalai Lama a religious figure?
I believe he's Buddhist.
Is he?
Fact checked
I know
us.
him as like the leader of Tibet,
Mhm.
which is like that because Tibet wants to revolute from like China and all that
Yeah.
stuff and that. So I know him as like that. I'm sure he's also a religious leader, but I'd love some clarification from my favorite ginger.
Whoa.
Is he not?
I don't think so. I don't think you call those people. That's offensive.
Is it? I think it's a cute nickname.
Wow. He'll be in very shortly.
But please answer the question. Andrew, when you were a kid, did you have red hair?
When I was a kid, did I have red? No.
Your beard's kind of red.
I know it comes in red.
Okay.
I
See, that's why I call it. That's why I said.
I have one red hair.
Yeah, no. The if I let this grow in, it gets like fire red.
Oh, it is okay, but the
Yeah.
hair is like brown.
Yeah, it's like especially down here, it's red, but then
Interesting.
it goes like more this.
Okay.
Anyways, yes, the Dalai Lama is a religious figure.
Thank you.
It is a person, I guess, anointed by the Tibetan people,
Mhm.
but it's also a head of Buddhists, like these four Buddhist schools.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's a spiritual leader. So nice.
So, now you can't take your little boys to the Buddhist temple.
No, absolutely not.
So, you watched the video.
I
So
did see the
actually
video.
break it down for us.
So the kid asks for a hug, I believe.
Mhm.
The Dalai Lama gives him a hug, kisses the kid on the lips.
Jesus Christ.
Unlike nothing, just kisses the kid on the lips. So cute. And then it sticks his tongue out afterwards. The kid's like, where this mic is.
Yeah.
Literally like that. Sticks his tongue out and says, suck it.
Catholic priest, hold my beer.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, wow. And that was as far I shut it off after that.
I'm surprised. I didn't know there was a video. I thought they were just leaking information, but damn.
Dude, he did that in the public eye with cameras around him. He didn't give a fuck.
He was off a beam today.
And then he came out with a statement, or like his team came out with a statement talking about how like, oh, His Highness, the Dalai Lama, likes to play, likes to say jokes, play jokes. Sometimes they're misinterpreted. He wanted to apologize for the misinterpretation of the joke and all this stuff. Essentially saying like, bro, it's just a joke, bro, just a joke.
Bring your kids. It's just a joke.
I thought that was funny that like the grand scheme of their HR idea was like, it's just a joke. It's just a prank, bro.
Do you remember Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah.
If F on the media of that. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I was just really shook. I'm like,
He's a good guy.
I know.
Does this permanently cancel him?
It
You think it does?
it's like Buddhist.
Is it just one of those like we can chalk it up? He's an old man type of thing, or is it over? He did force the kiss, as we're hearing from the dragon. Are you guys watching the video right now?
Uh
Can you grab the mic for us, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
My bad. He grabs the kid's head and forces it up. So instead of
Ugh.
kissing the kid's forehead, he's kissing the kid right on the lips
Yeah.
before, asking the kid, hey, suck on my tongue, and then tongue out, and then advance ahead, stay on target.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Every spin the bottle golf.
That's tough.
For me, it's just like it just shakes because I'm a religious person where like
Yeah.
I understand like Christianity has we fucked up the world. Like
Yeah.
we're top tier with the Catholics.
Yeah.
And it's just like okay, I don't okay. stay with me.
Mhm.
I don't get conspiracy theories. Like I don't fall for many of them, but this whole like drinking like children's blood and like you have to have an affinity for a child
100% believe it.
is I think that situation has tempted me to believe more of those conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there's something weird psychologically when you have so much power that then you have to like have power over like children because they're like the untouchables in our society, right? It's the same thing when like the richest people in the world, like the Saudi Arabians, like what do they love to do? They love to get like prostitutes and make them shit in a bucket. Like that's like what they do. I
Yeah.
literally, yeah, I saw David Cho talking about this. How like he like would hang out with these Saudi people, very wealthy oil
Yeah.
tycoons, and they would literally like make like hire someone, make her like a very attractive woman, make her eat a specific dish, and then watch it like come out of her. Like once you reach a power of like level of like money and power and all this stuff, like you've already done all like the quote unquote like fun and interesting things in life. So then you like start like doing stuff where you're not like supposed to, you know?
So like is there like an X-ray machine where they're watching the poop go through her body and then
No,
like
dude, they just watch the bucket,
so what do they do while they're waiting for her?
drive their jet skis and
Bugattis?
their Bugattis.
Can I just back it up to the whole, drinking the blood of kids and shit?
Yeah.
Be super careful around that because that is deeply rooted in like anti-Semitism, like historically. Even if it's aimed at other groups, the whole idea of blood libel is very heavily anti-Semitic in history. So
That one I didn't know
just
actually.
conscious of that
I didn't know that. See this
I didn't know that.
this is why we have facts on here.
libel.
See, the reason why history lesson, guys. There are good shows and good podcasts, DJ academics. Now, half the people on this show can't say this, but Grand Wizard Chat Nigga is one of the most funniest chat moderators and fact checkers of all time. And I was like, if DJ Academics can have someone like that, why can't we?
Yeah.
And now we know that we were potentially gonna get Kanye.
Ah,
Yeah, I think we're
maybe.
fine.
But again, like with the Epstein stuff too,
Yeah.
and all the guests he had over and all that.
Ugh.
It's something weird that like power and all this makes you somehow like go towards like the untouchables, which are the children.
I think it's just sad because once again, the same realization of like I was saying, I was playing on games without purpose is just like people's belief in like not just religious figures, just like religion in general. Where like I don't go around saying this that often, but it's like I think personally that it's very arrogant for someone to, you know, be an atheist or agnostic because I find it just interesting. Where like I don't think this shit happened for no reason. We're like something like my thing is like believe that the woodland creatures of the forest built something
Mhm.
like some level of spirituality where like and it's just really like saddening to me that certain people who have earthly behaviors really messes with people's like spiritual journeys wherever facet it is and like it just makes me lose faith in the world where like I have an understanding that Buddhism had teaches so many different things.
He said it bootyism. He said
Booty, 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 rock everywhere. Booty, booty, booty.
Jesus.
Is that the wrong way to say it?
Buddhism.
Oh,
Got
it's not.
He said bootyism.
We Is that the clip?
That might be the clip. That was good.
That's the clip. All right, I'll expose myself. It's just like it's just very saddening that those type of people ruin spirituality
Absolutely.
for people.
Absolutely. I'll say like I grew up in the church, and something that like rubbed me off the wrong with my church is like the pastor I had embezzled money from the church, and then so then he got kicked out, and then just since then I haven't really had trust in like the church,
Mhm.
my specific church. I go to an Eastern Orthodox church, um, and just a revolving door of pastors nowadays, and I don't know, just little stuff like that that makes you like just okay. Now I don't really go to church as much now. Like my religious belief is more private into myself at home, um, and I just feel like the leaders within most religions are just failing big time. Especially if you look at some of those big like mega church ones,
Mega
where
church.
you're seeing like a pastor that looks like me, like dressed in a flannel and some Yeezys or something, and you're like, dude, what are you doing?
I'm not. I want pastors of mega churches or things like that to like survive. Like I know people may disagree with me here, but it's like what Mr. Beast is doing, that's what I think pastors should be doing. Where like they're just funneling like every week we got something fucking new um given out, and they're getting that in return. Where like people are actually seeing the returns on their investments. And one of the I didn't have a church family for a little bit, but one of the reasons why I picked my new church, and that's Rose City, was like
You go to Rose City?
I do.
Literally, like what I was talking about, kind of not that young pastor vibe.
Man, but one of the things I like,
You got some good Jordans he's wearing up there.
yeah, some tight shirts from time to time.
Okay, yeah.
One of the things that kind of like got me to stay was like they're like, this is how much money we have. This is where it's going, and things like that. And I just like that transparency with that. And it's just not there. Where like I don't know how you feel, but like when doctors take the pledge of like do no harm, or if it's like a fucking war, like you can't kill the medic unit, that's why we have the fucking UN. We're like, okay, you can't be fucking up these, shit like that. So I just find it just interesting that people in high positions don't take that with great honor, because I know me, that's something that I wouldn't take lightly. Like, people are using you not as a spiritual medium, but like, as a spiritual leader. Like, take that with some respect.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do with the fact that like less people have been wanting to step up to be in those roles, so then people now are able to just kind of take advantage of it.
Yeah. And I think people forget that even your spiritual leaders are human.
100%. I mean, that's some do it full time, but a lot of times it's like the part time gig.
All right, people. So y'all know Andrew walked in with titties.
He did. Are we hour mark?
Hour.
Okay, yeah.
No, you were saying.
That just spiritual leaders, pastors, whatnot. A lot of times it's not their full time gig.
Mm,
A lot of times it's their part time gig that they do like on the weekend, maybe one time during the week as well. Like there are some pastors that like it is their full time.
yeah.
I bet the Rose City church guys probably that is their. Do you have one pastor or multiple?
I won
One, yeah, that's probably what he does full time because it's a
full
big
time.
church and
Yeah, it's a big church.
makes
He's
good money and probably versus like my church, it's part time.
part time.
Yeah, they're part time. Like they have a normal job and then they do that on the weekend.
Respect.
Yeah.
So we have one last topic before we get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And this is probably gonna be continued.
It's a left on red, ain't it?
No. We do have a left on red. We have. But this is a be continued.
Be continued.
So Toss,
Yes, Robert.
are you single?
Um, yeah,
Allegedly?
I am single.
Okay. You can ask me the
Robert,
question.
CB,
Yes.
are you single?
I am.
Okay.
So there's this new social experiment. It's called the
Love is
group.
blind.
Hey, if you haven't, you stay tuned. We've actually interviewed Brett Brown
From
from
Love is Blind. Please excuse the audio. It is bad. We know, but check out the interview. Brett's a really cool guy.
He's a dope guy.
He is not fake on the show. He is actually like a really good guy.
Robert, should you change the tags to make people go to the video? No,
No, the audio's so bad we don't really.
it's not even that. It's just kind of like, because someone was like, "Oh, you have Brett. Why aren't you changing the things and putting it more
That's what Julia
recent?"
said too, yeah.
No. One bad-ish audio, but at the same time, if you do good work, people find it. People are finding it just based off Brett's page. Brett could very easily take it down. He hasn't, because anyway, if you want to know about Brett Brown before he was on Love is Blind, check us out. Hey, it's great. So, us single guys. So they're doing an experiment. It's called Cos-
Castration.
You're funny today. You're funny today. So, Cos, I have to ask,
Okay.
how do you know a woman is single and approachable?
If she's on Hinge.
Okay. In real life.
If well, she'll
Oh.
never be alone. A woman will never be alone.
This is very
This is bad.
like this is the parking garage. She's finally alone, guy.
No, it's not. Like you're not gonna go to a bar. Maybe you'll see a guy go to the bar alone. Unfortunately, that's kind of sad. You're never gonna see a woman just be like, "Oh, I just wanted a drink," you know. But you? I don't. I don't know. My.
Okay.
I don't know. She's probably with friends and they're doing something. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
So,
not the guy to ask.
oh no, you're a perfect guy. You're handsome.
Wow. Thanks.
Look at so, all right. So, what do you do? You're across the bar
Okay.
and you see a woman that you're interested in.
Mhm.
How nerve wracking is it to walk across the bar and be like, "Yo, I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room."
Yeah, it's pretty nerve wracking.
So, there's a new social experiment to help out single people.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, please.
It's called a green ring. If you wear a green ring on your non-dominant hand or something like that, it lets
Like on your
people
ring
know
finger?
that you are single and available to mingle.
Interesting.
So, the meaning of a green ring. A green ring has a long been symbol of successful and happy relationships. The seeking band from the green ring is a simple and fun way to show the world that you're single and looking for genuine connections. The green ring is all about fun, adventures, opportunity, and bringing people together. And the band costs. How much do you think?
Oh,
This-
they're branding it already and everything.
yeah. How much do you?
Phenomenal marketing.
How much do you think this experiment costs?
What's the ring made out of? Is it stone? Is it a rubber ring? Is it metal?
That's the only thing I'm going to give you because it will help you with the price. It is a metal.
What do I feel like it's like $150?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Would you like to phone the critics? And you will not fact check this.
I'll drop it to 100.
That's your final answer.
Yeah, $100 for the green ring.
If you are lonely and looking for a date and you want to heighten your chances, if you buy the green ring at $149.99.
Damn it! That's right on the point.
You can heighten your awareness to the opposite sex or the same sex with the green ring. Now, with this discount code, you can get it for $29.99. I was gonna actually fuck you over eventually. So great guess.
Damn, I hit the nail on the head.
Testimonies. Everywhere I go, I get compliments on my seeking band. I've been sharing it like crazy. Another one, pure genius. I love the seeking band. Can't wait to share this with my Jeep club. Who the fuck is in a Jeep club?
A lot of people. Would you wear a seeking ring, Robert?
Hell fucking no for fucking $29.99. Think about it, guys. That's like 2 dates and a half. Or that's a whole that's a date.
Yeah.
$30, $130 is beyond. That's
They're talking about $30.
okay.
$29.99.
So, I probably said the price wrong. It's $129.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My
okay.
bad. Oh, my bad, y'all. So no, the band ring. My bad. The band ring is $100, $149.99.
Yeah.
$150, and then with the discount code, you get it for $129.99.
Yeah.
So, $130 for first date. That's like 2 dates.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, no thanks.
You're those bastards back there. I just find it interesting that that we've gone to this length in our society that you have to wear a singles band to feel comfortable to approach someone. I'm looking at more of the science of that we're to this point where it is that hard to approach someone or you have that much approach anxiety that you need to see a band on someone's finger to be like, oh, that person's single without you being
But
like,
the whole way it's branded and marketed is not like this will make it easier for you to approach someone. It's the whole it'll be easier for people to approach you.
oh, ooh.
So the whole point of the band is you're trying to get more people to come to you, which then people might pick up on that and be like, oh, so that's what it really means. I need more help when people approaching me.
So you think this is really marketed to?
Women. Yes.
I say it's more marketed to men.
Men who aren't colorblind.
Wow.
I think it's marketed to women. I think it's marketed to women that want more men to come talk to them. I don't think a man is spending $150 on a ring. For what? Why would the man buy the ring?
Hey, look here. I know dudes who
Because then would the woman go up to the man?
Exactly. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of men do a lot of things for a lot of spooky things for some change. I've seen them blow out their whole entire bank account to get a woman's attention. So $129, and they say the bitch is gonna come. Then shit, they might as well put it on. I guess for me, the reason why I kind of want to bring this up here is just like, have you ever had approach anxiety?
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? You still have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
I think it's just part of it. It's part of modern life too, being a man in 2023. Oh,
Okay, Mulan, we
hard.
are man.
It's just you just have to deal with it.
So I have said this story so many times on the show before, but I'm gonna shorten it. But I remember in college, asked out this beautiful red bone.
Mm-hmm.
Was on the date. Was so psyched to be on the date. Order the pizza. Sit down. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the pizza." And I'm like, "Well, you know." And we sat in silence. I was so struck by her beauty. I didn't know how to say anything to her. Gosh, I sat in a pizza shop in Eugene with a beautiful woman and literally said 3 words to her.
Damn. Did you get a second date?
My dumb ass. I can't even like, yeah, let's do this again. And I don't think that's not talked enough that guys really go through like a villain arc.
Absolutely.
From like 19 to like 24.
Yeah.
Average, most guys go through that villain arc of like because
Resenting
we don't have game growing up.
Absolutely not.
0 game.
No, and girls expect you to just like have it. Expect you to
Exactly.
grow on a tree or something.
Exactly. We're like, allegedly, there was a time where, my stroke game was the best.
Okay.
I had to learn.
Okay.
It's just like anything. You gotta learn.
Ew.
What? Now I'm King Stroke.
Okay.
But I had to learn. Okay. I'll keep it a band. I remember the first time, right? So you know that J. Cole song, right? It's it has the video like has like puppies.
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Did you know the name of the song?
Puppy Love?
No, fuck out of here. Fact check, because I'm a J. Cole fan, and J. Cole, hopefully you listen to my stuff. I'm super sorry, I can't remember the song. Fact check me, Fact Dragon. There's a J. Cole song, Puppies. Look it up for me. So the reason why I'm bringing that shit up is there's a line in that song wherein
Wet Dreams?
thank you.
What dreams?
So
2014 Forest Hill Drive.
thank you. I enjoyed that album, J. Cole. So there's a part in the song where he's talking about because the girl asked, "Have you ever had sex before?"
Mhm.
I remember that same shit happened to me. I fucking lied my ass off. I was like, "Yeah,
Bad boy.
no." I was like, "Yeah, I've had." I was like, "Yeah, I have sex
All the
with my-"
time.
Oh, yeah, exactly,
All the time.
exactly. All the time. And then I felt so bad because she knew I wasn't fucking good. She was like, "But she just fucked with me. She liked me." But crazy times.
I don't know how we got on this topic.
Hey, we're talking about just the difficulties of approaching and like the mask. We're like, I feel like you said, people just think things just happen overnight.
Yeah.
And they don't.
They don't. No, they don't. But I don't think a ring is gonna help. Maybe.
No Beyonce. You're more of a Rihanna girl.
Beyonce, absolutely.
You're Beyonce over Rihanna?
Oh, 110%.
Ew, Rihanna's definitely you.
Music and appearance wise, Beyonce by
Stop
a
it.
mile.
You've never sat through an entire Beyonce album.
I have. Lemonade.
That's a clip. And that doesn't go by.
Beyonce is far superior than Rihanna. I think
No.
Rihanna is on my hit list
Hit list of what?
of artists I don't like.
What?
I'm not a Rihanna guy.
So you hated the Super Bowl halftime.
Loathed it. Because there were no guests either. It was just Rihanna. I thought at least ASAP Rocky was gonna come out since they're together. I
He's
was actually I would have been more hyped about that.
He's got a gun charge.
What a guy. I thought there was gonna be more. Maybe Eminem, comes in. He's like, next time there won't be no next time. That vibe. No, Beyonce over Rihanna, 110%.
Well,
I'm a bee.
interesting.
I'm part of the beehive.
Oh, I can see it.
Ivy Park.
Oh, wow. What? So, are y'all gonna pay Beyonce out, Mr. Adidas man?
She's been taken care of.
Okay. Well, before we get out of here,
Mhm.
I have an announcement about Left on Red, but we have a Left on Red.
Cool.
Do we do a beat?
Left on red.
I was gonna rap, but all right, never mind. I'll save it for another time. So we have a Left on Red from a very reputable podcast in the Great
Oh.
Northwest, and they asked
What's the name of the podcast?
Backseat Critics.
Oh, I think I know those guys.
Oh man, I think you think so?
Yeah.
They
Ginger and another guy.
now he might strike you again. Be careful. They asked, "Are we going to go see the Barbie movie?
Ooh.
Are you going to see the Barbie movie?"
Why is this a question? I'm extremely threatened by this question. I saw the memes for the Barbie movie because they keep like announcing people who are in it, and they're like, "Ultron is in the new Barbie movie." Yeah, I might just for the fuck of it, the meme of it. Yeah, why not? I like
It's-
Ryan Gosling. And then isn't Margot Robbie playing Barbie? I gotta support Margot Robbie. Yeah, I'll see it by myself. Maybe. Just kidding. No, I've never seen a movie by myself.
Ew.
What do you mean? Ew, you go to movies by yourself?
Hell yeah, that's the funnest shit on the planet.
You go to a movie theater by yourself?
All the snacks, mine.
Why don't you just watch a movie at home
No.
by yourself? That's more normal.
Experience.
I just can't. I don't know. Something about that's just. I don't know. I've played golf by myself, and that teeters on like a little lonely, but also like really enjoyable. But that's also like 2.5 hours, same as a movie. But it's like an outdoor activity. I'm not sitting in a stinky chair.
I'm sitting in the most comfortable seats.
Oh yeah, the recliners that they all install now. Fuck, I don't like those recliners. I prefer the old stinkers.
You're an interesting creature.
Those are more comfortable in my opinion. I don't need to lay down in some hard fake leather.
Do that again?
Are you seeing the new Barbie movie?
Hell no. What you talking about?
Hey, Backseat Critics, when does that movie come out?
Yeah.
I'm not getting a response.
I know. Sounds like they're shutting down over there. I'm not
July
going to go see that.
20th.
July 20th?
Yep.
Barbie movie comes out July 20th. We're gonna go see it.
Hell no.
Hell yes.
I want to see the new
Team, we all go as a team.
Hell no. I want to see the Mario movie.
I heard that was ass.
I heard it was really good, and the critics are sucking dick.
I don't know.
We gotta pick a movie. Oh, not you, critics.
He's talking about the new Mario movie.
I'm talking about the other critics. No, we gotta pick a movie or a TV show, and all of us keep up with it on the show, and
Barbie.
we talk about. No, we're not going to see the Barbie movie. Do I feel emasculated? No, I still want to see the Barbie movie.
I think it's gonna be good. I think the Barbie movie is gonna be really good, actually.
Anyway, we haven't done this in a while, but also be on the radar. Very soon, we're gonna have a number for you to call. If we don't have left on reds, you can call into the show, leave a comment.
Yes.
We're gonna have a situation for you to respond to. We got the thing, so you're gonna be able to call us and tell us a story. So, with all that being said, I'm Cartier Bob.
And I am Koss.
And this has been another installment of the Play No Games podcast / show. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe.
Yep. Check out the Instagram page. Check out the YouTube page. Do all that. Socials.
We out.
Probably wonder if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. But shit, I think they call them groupies now.